Welcome, Vikram. Nice to have you on board for this conversation.
Thanks, Zanavi. Vaishnavi, the pleasure has been mine. Thank you.
Vikram, talk to us about the beginning of the idea of Geotus and what drove you to venture into crypto.
Okay, so before Geotis, so I was with Amazon, and my co-founder, he was also working with another solar setup. So it was during this time, where we started reading about cryptos, right? Just as a casual readers, right? So it was then, when you're reading about cryptos, obviously you'll start trading, right? It is not that it's not going to happen, right? So we started trading, and we started trading heavily, right? We used to read it. It went on to a way that we used to read couple of white papers. We used to read the tokens, and we will try to get into the trade. So it was during this period when we realized that we as traders were facing issues, right? We wanted certain features, right? We wanted certain better support that we needed when we were trading. So the idea came in that, why don't we try to build a product that will first solve the problem that we are facing, right? So that's how the whole concept started. When in 2017, 2016, during that time, all exchanges or every exchange that was there during the time, they were offering only maybe only Bitcoin, right? If at all, if there was any exchange, they were offering maybe Ethereum. So now just compare it with where exchanges are now, where we are offering in Geodas, we are offering more than 100 plus coins to buy and sell with INR, right? Now, that was not the stage then, right? We had to buy cryptos here, take it to an international exchange, and then do trade, right? So there's a cost of transfer, there's a cost of time that is involved. So that's ideally when this idea started. Uh, um, so we built a product where to take care of first the major issue that we were facing, and the biggest reason which pushed us to start right away then was I still remember it was during the one of the trades that we wanted to do. We had transferred an initial amount to then one of the exchanges. Then there was some issue in bank transfer. It is not that there's no issues with bank transfers now. There is issues that will even happen now. But the first response got from them was after a week, right? So this is when it hit me right now from being from Amazon, where in every quarter we talk about, what is the biggest customer obsession we did, right? Now, the industry that we are hoping that is going to become the thing in the future. Now, we thought that this is not how you take care of customers, right? Now, already this is a very complex industry, and already the opinion about the industry, or a lot of people still keep thinking that, is it legal what they're doing, right? Now, being in that industry, just consider that you don't get a response for the money that you're transferring, right? So that's when we decided that we'll build something where we'll bring in a lot of products which were there in the international exchanges. We thought that the Indian customer should also enjoy that in the Indian exchange itself. And part two, we wanted to keep customer support at the core of Geotas, right? Now this was the core objective with which we started Geotas. Now, even till date, right now, when you just do a quick dip test about each of the exchanges, it'll be about technology or product that people might talk about in different exchanges. In Geotas, they might say other things as well, but they will definitely not miss out our customer support, right? How responsive we are. So that we built it in the core of the organization, right? And we are the almost the only guys who have multilingual support in the app, and also multilingual customer support as well, right? So the focus that we wanted to have on, being customer friendly and customer support, till now it stays with Geotas, right? And that's also as one of the biggest differentiator with us.
Got it. Talk to us about the exchange and also the upcoming crypto lending feature you have, Vikram.
Yeah. So now exchanges have also, I mean, see now, whatever problem that we had then 4 years back, we had solved it, right? Now it is time for us to start providing much more to the user than being just an exchange, right? That was the idea. Now, where we are moving towards is not just being just an exchange. Now, how do we help out customers to generate wealth, right? Further wealth in the crypto ecosystem, right? That is where we are moving towards. How do we become something like a wealth partner for them, right? How do we help them get more revenue out of this ecosystem? So ideally, it is for that we have started now launching one product after other. The first feature that we had launched in this direction is baskets and SIP, right? Now, see now, let's consider from a beginner's perspective, right? When he gets into this ecosystem, the biggest question he might have is, now what should I purchase first, right? I'm hearing so many things. Suddenly, Elon Musk is saying Doge, right? Or but people are saying it's Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin as the core, right? So how do I go about things, right? So there should be some help or a direction that is required for the customer to decide, right? We're not here to suggest. I mean, we're not here to say what they have to buy, but we are here to help them take a decision. So that's when the concept of baskets came in. So in baskets, what we are trying to do is we are trying to build a basket of cryptocurrencies like a club, right? Now, there's something called a beginner basket, right? Which could have something like a Bitcoin and Ethereum. Suppose you're a beginner and you want to make a first purchase, you can use this basket. I mean, you can buy in this basket, right? And after that, the biggest question comes is, okay, now I have invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum. What next? Excuse me on that. Okay. So for that, right now, even in that sense, we are trying to build basket that will help him out. For example, we have a basket called DeFi basket, NFT basket, a metaverse basket, and we have a basket which says basket is a mix of all industries, right? See, the idea here is how do we make the customer diversify his portfolio? Now, there are sub industries which are growing within cryptocurrency. If you notice, DeFi is an industry within itself in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Now, NFT is also growing to that level. Metaverse as a concept is growing to that level. Now, as a customer, what is good for you is to be invested in, or you have your portfolio which is spread across these different industries. So that when any of these industries starts firing, your portfolio will also start getting good returns, right? And this is a good way of diversifying rather than putting all your things into one particular industry. Suppose if I put all my money into Dogecoin and I'm expecting things to grow to moon, it's the most riskiest thing to do in the crypto ecosystem, right? So these baskets have been designed in a way that people can try out different industries and also diversify this portfolio. Now, this is one really good feature that will help out a lot of these customers. Now, the second thing is SIP in crypto, right? Now, this is a volatile industry. Prices are going to be very volatile here. So what is the best strategy to stride through this wave, right? The best thing to do is dollar discounting, as people call it, right? You buy it at different points so that your average your risk out, right? So this can be achieved through the SIP product that we have. And the SIPs are to the level that even if you can have an hourly SIP even. Now this is something which is very peculiar to the crypto industry. Huh? Now you would have noticed monthly SIPs in all other markets. We have something of an hourly, daily, weekly, monthly SIPs that people can put, because there are days where the market is so volatile. Someone can choose to actually spread out their buying pattern in the day, right? Now coming on to the upcoming products, right, where we are launching staking and lending. See, the idea here is now you're holding a crypto. You bought a crypto, you're holding the crypto. Now, the crypto is appreciating in value or depreciating in value. Either of this can happen, right? There's an upside or there's also a downside. Now, but it's lying idle, right? Now, why should your investment lie idle? Why can't it make money for you, right? So that is when we brought in this. We are bringing in this product of staking and lending. In staking, what happens? There are a few cryptos or tokens or crypto coins which have this proof of stake, right? Where so it's a concept. Let's not get too much technical details into it, right? So wherein the coins can be staked and you can get some reward out of it, right? So this we are providing to the customer. So those cryptocurrencies where staking is enabled, right? Not every coin, for example, Bitcoin, you cannot stake, right? The concept is not there. So those coins that you hold where it can be staked, you can earn staking revenue, right? And the risk involved in staking is also less compared to the other products. So So there are staking returns that people can earn, starting from, 5, 6 or 10 or 11% even, right? It depends upon what coin you're staking. Now, this is a good way for, rather than letting your investment lie idle, you can make some, like a fixed return you can make out of it. Now, the next product is lending, right? Now, I was talking about those coins where you cannot stake, right? Because they don't have that concept built with them. So in those coins, if you're holding, can you make money, right? You can do it through lending, right? So currently we have partners who we are partnered with for lending, through which, you can enable lending in your portfolio. And these are all secured way of doing things, so that you can make some returns out of it, right? Apart from this, we are also launching an FD product where we given fixed interest rates, saying that you put this in FD, you get a fixed interest rates return. So ideally, if you try to join all these things I've said, Vaishnavi, what we are trying to do here is we are trying to bring in all those products to do two things: A, to help the customer make a decision; B, after he has made the decision, help him generate more value out of it. Right. So this is how, the products we are launching in, and we are going to launch is lined up.
So you have a gamut of interesting products coming up, and I was also more interested in the basket, especially the metaverse basket. I was going through it. But yes, now with the recent budget announcement, there's a 30% tax levied on the virtual asset transaction. What is your view, Vikram, on it, and how will it affect the incoming consumer?
Yeah, yeah. So see, now let's just travel some just 2 years or 2, 3 years back, right? Um, so ideally, I'll travel back to the time when we had started the exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Just a week before our launch is when the RBI's directive came in saying that there's going to be a bank fencing. From that point, we have moved to a point where in 2020 Supreme Court had quashed that, and now we are sitting at a time that the government is saying they are going to tax it. Now, almost in the last 3 to 4 parliamentary sessions at least, this is the first time the government has not written anything in the schedule saying there is going to be a ban on cryptocurrencies, right? So from the direction perspective in which the government is going, right, this is very, very good news from the direction perspective, right? They are not going in their earlier direction, whatever they were showcasing it as, right? They're going in, it looks like right now, still there's no concrete answer from the government, but the direction in which they're going looks like they're wanting to bring in regulations and not ban it. That is first very important for the ecosystem, right? Now the second part, where there is a 30 percentage tax that is levied. Now, for if you just notice, right, even earlier, it is not that people don't have to pay tax in crypto, right? Anything you have to pay tax, right? I think tax laws have at least made it clear that I don't have to specify what the asset is, right? Now, earlier, how people were doing it, they were treating it as a capital gain tax, and they were paying tax on whatever slab they were falling. So when it comes to large traders, they were already falling in the 30 percentage bracket. It is the small players who might get affected now, who were earlier not falling in the 30% bracket. Now they will fall in the 30% bracket, right? So in that sense, is 30% high? Yes, it is high for all small retail players, right? Now, for also from the perspective of looking at it, that is it going to discourage people out of this ecosystem, right? So to look into that, right, we'll have to understand now, if this is going to be discouraging, that the investment that they're going to put in this, they'll have to be putting it in some other asset which is going to give returns which are going to be more than whatever they're going to earn here, considering the tax, right? Historically, cryptos have performed better, right? Historically, when I'm saying historically, I'm talking about at least a year. And even if you consider in the last 3 years, historically, cryptos have performed way better than other assets, right? Now, if there is another asset which is going to beat the performance of crypto, definitely people will move out, right? But that's not the outlook, how it is there for cryptos. With a lot of new products coming in, with metaverse becoming a bigger industry, we're expecting that at least for few more years, right? Not in short term. Definitely don't consider returns for cryptos in short term because they are volatile. In longer term, we are expecting this product to be performing better. So in that sense, I don't think this 30% tax would move away investors from this ecosystem and take them to another asset class, right? This is a unique asset class where people are wanting to come into the asset class for a higher return, right? Though there is a downside even in this, right? Whenever I say about this, I'll definitely also quote there's a good downside here as well. But for them to move this portfolio to another asset class, that asset class should have this upside, right? Or else they're not going to move. Now, I don't find that asset class, which they can invest in now.
Got it, Vikram. Thank you for that clarification. I just wanted one more clarification. When you say long term, what is it that you think of?
See, now, first thing, right now, anything that any funds that you're holding it for your immediate needs, right? Where you want to liquidate things quickly. When I say quickly, whatever you don't require for the next 2 to 3 years, that is what you should bring into investing in cryptos, right? And ideally, also you'll have to consider that don't let the crypto investment cross more than 2 to 3% of your overall portfolio, right? It is a volatile asset. Even if you have 2 to 3% of portfolio, if it is going to go in the right direction, if it's going to have a good upside, it will take care of all the returns that you're going to get from all other assets, which is the 97% that you hold. But even if there is a downside, if that's going to happen, you're limiting it, right? So the first basic thing to do is to not break that 2 to 3%. If you're breaking that, please understand that you're taking much higher risk, because there's a different risk appetite everyone could have. They should start understanding that they are having higher risk appetite than others. Now, even in so when you are in that 2 to 3% bracket, also consider you just put in those funds which are not immediately requiring it, right? See, the reason being, now cryptos, there are two factors, right? There is some upgrade, which is really good thing that is happening, and the product is actually getting in more people's attention because this is happening. Now, an upgrade or a new thing cannot happen every day or every week or every month or every 2-3 months. It cannot happen, right? 2-3 months, some upgrade can happen, but it cannot be a solid upgrade, right? That can give you the 2x, 3x, 4x kind of return, right? Now, why we usually talk about this 2 to 3 year time frame is you're also giving some time for this coin that you've invested in to do something, right? To make some upgrades, and get in more people to adopt this. And then you are seeing how the return is going to increase. Because at the end of the day, consider this like a software product just trying to solve a problem, right? And software products need the time, right, to upgrade themselves. So that's why take the 2 to 3 year time in. Always consider crypto as a long-term investment, not a short-term investment.
Thank you, Vikram. Thank you for that insight. Now, of course, you said it won't affect the incoming consumer much, and with no ban and tax, which means there's a government recognition finally to crypto, there would be a barrage of new consumers coming in, and it is a highly competitive environment. How do you lure in incoming consumers, and what do you do to bring them in?
Yeah. So see now, so we are much focused on what better product we can give to the consumers, right? The baskets that what I'm talking about, right? So this is a major product which can help consumers onboard into the crypto ecosystem, because this is a key question people have, right? As I said right earlier, first what I did, we were solving problems we had. Now we are solving the problems what the consumers have now. There are a lot of people who hear about crypto from news or paper or from international news. They want to come in, but they need guidance here. And by guidance, we don't mean advisory services here. We're not advising them saying that you buy this and buy that, because we're running an exchange, right? I cannot be running an exchange and say you go buy this. But what we are trying to do is we are trying to help them make a decision here, right? Now they hear about, for example, let's take metaverse, right? They hear about metaverse. Now, what are those metaverse coins which are actually better than others, right? What is it which has got a good volume or good market cap? So all this we have tried to solve it through baskets. We have tried to curate lists so that people can make the buying pattern easier, right? So this is through products, right? And also building in products which can help them generate more wealth. We are attracting customers to the products that we are launching, right? The how they are going to increase their crypto wealth, right? If there is a clarity, or if there is a lot of features available in some platform, I think that is much more important, right? Rather than, posting our, ads and everything in every TV channel. So I think this is more important, where we build a lot of products that can help consumers to bring it. So that is going to be our, strategy for bringing in consumers into Geotus.
Thank you, Vikram. Now take us through the revenue model and the funding that you have encashed.
Yeah. So the revenue is simple. So we are in a open order book exchange, right? So we facilitate trade between buyers and sellers, right? And we earn a commission from the buy and sell they make, right? So uh, so the more consumers, more the trade they do, more the revenue that we are going to earn out of it, right? And apart from this, there are other products that we are launching as well, right? Being staking, lending, and all those products. So initially, all these products will be given out without any margin that we'll be taking out. In future, once the products they come to a good consumer set, consumer base start getting formed for the product, we'll start building a commission out of that as well, right? So and as I was saying, there are also a lot of future products that we have lined up, right? In all these products, there'll be further value that we'll be trying to seek from consumers, right? When they start investing further into these products. Now, this is the revenue model. So, and from the investor point of view, right, we are a bootstrap startup. We are, as a matter of fact, if you do a quick comparison of the top 5 exchanges, we will actually be the only bootstrap startup in this space, right? This is actually a very, very tough thing to achieve in this space. Huh? You being bootstrapped, and then you also achieve this being in that list, right? Now, this also talk about the kind of customer base we hold, right? Wherein we get a lot of customers who do a lot of referrals and word of mouth for us, right? So that would also mean that our support levels and our service levels should be very high, right? And we are big time fans of Zerodha, right? So that's why we are trying to build things their way. But having said that, anyway, now we are looking out for investments. We are in the lookout, and hopefully, there could be some good news that we can give to you soon.
Thank you, Vikram. We will look forward to it as well. And thank you for taking us through the whole exchange and various baskets and the upcoming features you have. And thank you for giving your insights on 30% tax and how do you see the industry going forward in midterm and long term. It was really nice having you here for the conversation, Vikram. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. Even I'll enjoy the conversation with you. Thanks a lot.